Americans buy a lot of televisions the week before the Super Bowl. It's one of the busiest weeks of the year for sellers. And if you need a big screen for the big game, listen up. CBS News science and technology correspondent Daniel Sieberg is here to tell us what to look for. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Harry. Yeah, well, this is an amazing room we've got here. This is TV envy for anybody who's watching.
Yeah. Can we take a wide shot of all? We have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens. This would be perfect in some basement in a family room someplace, right?
Exactly.
Walk us through these. This is a 50-incher, right, which is kind of the new 42. 42 used to be the standard. Not everybody wants 50-inch.
Right. They're getting bigger in size, and the prices are starting to come down. Now, this is a plasma.
It's a plasma.
Which is important to distinguish between LCD and plasma. Those are the two big technologies out there.
Yeah.
So this one's from Panasonic. It goes for about $2,800. We've seen it for about $2,000 or less.
Yeah,
so
depending on the store. If you really shop around, you can really get some good deals on these.
Yeah, very important.
What's great about this?
Okay, so for plasmas, the thing you want to think about is, first of all, the viewing angle is pretty good. So if you're there looking at it from that perspective, you can still see the picture pretty well, right?
Yeah,
so that's pretty important when you're sitting in somewhere in your living room.
Sure.
You want to get that good sort of a
if you're at an
wide
angle like that, well, this may, okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's a little bit better. Now, one thing you want to remember with any big screen TV is you don't want to get it too big because it's not going to fit in your living room. You might have a fight with your spouse about just how big you want to go. But the other thing to think about is how far away you want to be from the TV.
Yeah.
So just a sort of general rule of thumb, this is 50-inch again, so we're talking like sort of 4 feet.
Right.
The idea is to go 1.5 to 3 times the distance away from the TV to where you might want to sit.
Well, this works. Yeah, this works.
And then you get a better sort of a viewing picture. You don't get all the detail when you're right up close, and when you're further away, you're not too far away.
Yeah. So. And when you're doing this, make sure that your cameraman, Joel, isn't behind you so you don't knock him over.
Right. There you go. Yeah, a lot of cameras and TVs.
Yes, right. Okay, this is very nice. And the price of this, they've come down so much over the last couple of years.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, what is this? Because this is kind of cool looking.
Yeah, this is the sort of the higher end of the Pioneer series. This is the Pioneer Elite. So you are going to pay a little bit more. This is the suggested retail price, about $5,000. We saw it for about $3,300 if you shop around.
Wow.
The key thing with the Elite is it actually allows you to share wirelessly photos and video from your computer or from other sources on here. So you can display other media as well as the video.
And you know, because I've gotten really confused on this over the years, the LCD, the plasma, the liquid crystal, dilithium crystal.
A lot of terms.
What is this one?
This is a plasma as well.
This is a plasma as well.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And again, the one thing you want to think about, when there's so many numbers out there, so if there are two things that people can take away from what we're talking about here today, it's the resolution, so if you're seeing 720p, 1080i, 1080p, all these numbers. Obviously, the higher the number, the better. You're getting a little bit more resolution.
Right.
It's displaying more lines as you're going across, just like a traditional television. Also, the contrast. So with plasmas, these are both plasmas here, you're getting a better contrast. There's sort of sharper blacks. The colors sort of pop out a little bit more. So that's something to think about when you're shopping. What the knock against plasmas traditionally is that they don't do well in bright light.
If there's a lot of light in the room.
Historically, there's been this talk of burning in images, which is less.
It's really not so true anymore.
Not so much anymore.
Will you come with me Saturday when I go to Best Buy?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give me a call.
All right. Now, this one in the middle, it looks like the others, but it really isn't.
Right. One of these is not like the other. Now, it's sort of hidden here. You can't see what's behind this. We're going to call it the caboose on the end of this TV. This is a Sony television. This is a rear projection TV, but it's their own technology, SXRD.
The thing is, because this is not one that you can mount on the wall, because the back side of this is...
You would need a forklift.
It's about this deep.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you see from above?
It's got a bit of a sort of a back end on it.
Yeah, we can't really see. Anyway, it's about that thick.
But it's got the illusion of a flat screen. Now, you do lose a little bit of the viewing angle again. If you go to one side or the other, you're not seeing the picture quite as clearly as you can from the middle. But the trade-off with something like this is a much bigger size, you can see here, 60-inch, but a lower price. Ooh. So you get a little bit of trade-off.
Yeah. Now, what ballpark for 60 inches with this?
Ballpark, it was about $4,000 for the sort of MSRP, but we've seen it for about $3,000. Wow. So that's like half the price of the size compared to a plasma. If you try to get a plasma this size, you might pay twice as much.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. That's really cool. Now, this is the one. Is this the one with the light system on the side?
Right. This is the Philips Ambilight, which you can just sort of see behind it. Philips says this makes it easier on your eyes. It provides less eye strain.
Right.
It basically tries to match up with what the colors are on the screen and displays it behind the television.
Wow. So it's sensitive in some, it has some kind of sensor in it?
It is. It senses what the picture is that's coming in and sort of has a corresponding color that displays behind it. Now, it does better in sort of a dimmer light condition, obviously. But this is one of the big things that Philips has been pushing.
And
now, this is an
how
LCD.
big is this screen?
This is a 37. 37 inches, and this is an LCD. The push with LCD is it does a little bit better in those sort of glare conditions.
Right.
It's getting a little bit cheaper in price as they get bigger. The video rate when it comes in, it's getting a bit of a knock against plasma, not quite as smooth necessarily.
Not as many lines.
Right. Well, but you can get just as good a quality picture on an LCD as a plasma. It's tough to tell the difference, really.
Right. And price-wise, as they compare to the plasmas?
They're getting very comparable. Yes, it's definitely starting to come down. LCD technology has been around for quite a while. If you've got a computer monitor at home or work,
that's the same
technology.
Thing. All right, what is this?
Now, this is the Samsung. This is about 3,000. We've seen it for about 1,800. One of the features that was kind of cool that was pointed out is it's got a swivel base.
That's
good.
Which
is pretty handy. And of course, as we were saying, that means you have to get up and move it.
Or get your kid to go over and move it. Can you imagine?
I know.
Wow.
Now,
and the other thing is also shop.
Shop around.
Don't just walk in and take the price that's there, because if you look around a little bit, you'll find it at a better price.
Yep.
Let's do this one real quick.
Sure. I'm going to come around beside you here.
Right.
I'm messing up with these guys. Now, this is a bigger size LCD that we've got here. Okay, this is from Sharp. Now, you're going to pay more for this, obviously, at about $4,300. We did see it for about $2,600. So again, shopping around is very important with any of these screens. This is a much bigger size. This is up to about 52 inches. So you're getting an amazing picture. Now, of course, one thing with all of this is high definition is what we're talking about. Right. Unfortunately, we don't have a high-definition feed going out from here, so you're not going to be able to see all of that.
The super quality.
But it's some pretty amazing stuff.
Make sure you get a high-def box in your cable so it hooks up with a high-def TV.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're not really going to get...
And one quick little tip for people, a great investment for under $100, an HDMI cable. And that's going to give you a better signal coming in from your satellite or your TV box into your TV.
Absolutely.
So, all right.